Dustin Poirier is the winner. Michael Chandler is the winner.
Yep.
There's a lot of places since then. We've had Nathan Diaz call out Dustin Poirier. There's people talking about Dustin Poirier versus Michael Chandler. Of course, there's Charles Oliveira out there as well. There's Conor McGregor.
I got it for you. Here you go. I got it for you.
Do you want me to shed some light on things, or do you just want to give it?
No, I'm not going to show you the matchup. I'm just going to show you how we stand, where we stand today.
Please.
In terms of the lightweight division. Can you see that?
I mean, that is just horrendous. Okay,
what do you see here?
Stop it.
Wait, stop. You see this?
I see Khabib. Yes, I see.
Okay,
Khabib.
Now as we go, like,
why you got to do that? Why you got to do that?
I'm just saying. Think about it.
Well, actually, you know what? This is perfect. Yes. Okay, now you got all the other guys, which is very nice.
Yes, you got everybody else, but look at all these freaking names.
Okay,
look at all these names. I mean, this is perfect. Crazy. So now we'll start to match them. Okay.
I'm happy that you did that. What you did right there. I see you supporting your guy. It's all well and good, but can we put this to bed?
I'm just saying. The reason I do this, right? And hey, this is based in fact.
You don't want to insult him,
but I don't. But this is based in fact. This isn't just me going, Khabib's my guy. He's better. This is based in absolute fact because Dustin, Gaethje, Conor all got finished by Khabib Nurmagomedov, right? So
he's done though, right?
He's done.
Vacate the title.
Said it's Saturday. It does not sound good.
Now vacate the title. Do we agree on that?
That leaves you with this, and this is fantastic.
It's a lot of great names.
I mean, this is fantastic.
Do we agree that there should be a vacant title fight next, and it should involve Dustin Poirier? Do we agree on that?
Oh, great place to start. So we start Dustin Poirier.
Yes.
DP, absolutely. DP at number one. That's where the title should reside. Now, how do you approach this? Are you approaching this for sport or spectacle?
Let's go sport.
If you want to, so we're approaching it for sport. Okay, then Dustin Poirier fights Charles Oliveira for the UFC lightweight championship.
The vacant title. Now, by the way,
for the vacant title. Now, if you want to
make a strong case, you can make a strong case that Dustin Poirier should be the champion today.
That's what I was about to say. If you want to do it for spectacle, you put the belt on Dustin. You do the Conor.
Oh, I think that I think that ship has sailed.
I say you put the belt on Dustin. Make him fight Conor McGregor.
No, what are you gonna just gift it to him like Jose Aldo, UFC 123, Auburn Hills, Michigan?
Why? Habib walks away. He was the last interim. He was
Dustin Poirier would never accept a gift like that. He would never do that.
Crazy. I bet he. I mean, he'd be an idiot not to. He'd be an idiot not to.
He would never do that. Here's the thing.
He'd be an idiot not to.
Can I just say this? The fact, I think, in retrospect, that fight should have been for the belt. I think with Khabib, I think Khabib was very clear. I think they dangled the carrot. We talked about the decision. In retrospect, the fact that it wasn't for the belt actually was the best thing to happen to Conor McGregor. Do you know why? Because if that fight was for the title, and Conor lost, which he did, it would be very hard to get an immediate title rematch. People say, like, oh, you just lost for the belt. You can't get another crack. Now that it wasn't for the title, you could say, all right, we're 1-1. Let's do it a third time trilogy fight, but this time for the title. Do you agree with me that the fact that it wasn't for the belt actually helps Conor's cause? Now, let me give you some insight, if I can. I don't know what you're writing over there. What are you writing?
I'm writing my bracket real quick.
But you're not listening to me.
I'm definitely listening.
I spoke to John Kavanaugh. Get some insight, because when Conor was done on Saturday, he was talking about Nate, he was talking about Dustin. Those were the two main ones, right? John Kavanaugh said it like this: we've met, we've discussed, we want the trilogy fight, Conor versus DP3 for the vacant title in May. That's what we want,
really?
And that's what we've told the UFC. You're surprised.
I just said that with no knowledge of the situation. Like honestly though, I would probably if Habib really vacates, then I don't see why you can't put the belt on Dustin Poirier. I don't see why you can't.
Okay, so even if you do it, would you do Conor versus? What do you think of that idea?
I don't think that it's I don't think it's too far out there. But the reality is, if we're doing it for sport, Charles Oliveira deserves it. He's won 8 fights in a row. He's the guy. But when I look at my bracket here. All right.
Okay, tell to the people. You have to tell the people, because we're an audio show as well, DC.
Yes. So here, people, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah,
I'm going.
Yellow notepad isn't really cutting it on the.
I'm going Dustin Poirier versus Charles Oliveira for the belt.
For the vacant title, or are you in your world gifting?
I'm saying put the belt on Poirier and then make him the champion. We've seen it before. Jose Aldo. We saw Ronda Rousey. We saw Dominic Cruz come over with the belt. They all came over with the belt. We've seen it before. They gave me the belt back when Jones beat me. So I was like, it happens. I say you do the trilogy between Conor and Nate. I say you put those two dudes together, let them do that trilogy. It's a massive fight, competitive fight. You do Conor Nate right now.
155 or 170?
155. Keep him at lightweight.
I don't know
Because
if
if
he
Nate
wants
wins
to do
that fight, now
155.
Nate becomes a guy that's viable to challenge for the championship.
I just don't know if he wants to do that, but go
My
ahead.
boy Justin Gaethje, right? And this is because I want my guy Felder to get a big fight. I'm doing Gaethje versus Felder.
Whoa.
I'm doing Gaethje versus Felder because Felder doesn't have a fight. I'm doing Chandler versus RDA. Why are we all forgetting about RDA after him getting back to 55 and beating Felder in the way that he did? And now you got 4 guys after this. You'd have 4 guys just ready, and the division's just reloaded because you got a new champion, someone that hasn't beaten everyone. If it's Oliveira, he's only beaten Tony Ferguson. I know I've left Tony Ferguson out of this deal, but I think I just think Tony needs something a little bit back. Maybe put Ferguson and Felder and give Gaethje one of the other guys. You know what I'm saying? Maybe do Felder and Ferguson and then give Gaethje a Chandler or give Gaethje a McGregor or Nate. I don't know who that, but I don't know who that 10th guy would be in the weight class.
Okay, so let me ask you this. If in fact this pay-per-view is doing the numbers that people are saying it did, what's a bigger fight? McGregor Diaz 3 or McGregor Poirier 3 for the belt?
Ooh. I just think that I think even though, man,
because by the way, I agree with your spectacle versus sport thing. Like, it's impossible to deny the fact that Charles Oliveira should be fighting for a title at this point, right?
He should be fighting for the title, yeah.
But in terms, okay, now let's take a step back from that and say, what's the biggest fight we can make for Conor right now? I kind of feel at this juncture, the Poirier fight will sell more just because it's top of mind and you sell it as 1-1. Look, on Saturday night, I said Conor versus Nate 3. Like, I'm down with that fight. 100% at 155. They both get back on track. The winner moves on, all that stuff. I just don't, if we saw it when he lost to Nate in 2016, he's very persuasive. The UFC, for the most part, wants to keep Conor happy. He has 3 fights left now. If he says, give me that fight, 3rd fight, we will sell it to the moon, and it's for the belt, do you foresee the UFC saying no? I don't know if they say no to that.
I think, when I think about it, I got to be honest with you, man. It's both of them are massive, right? Because it's like both matches are selling millions of pay-per-view buys, right? High 1 point something to 2. But I think Conor and Nate brings back the Conor of old because Nate won't allow him to be as reserved.
He will not. No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Nate won't allow. Nate's a gangster, dog. Nate's a gangster, and he will not allow Conor to be his friend. And I think by him not allowing Conor to be his friend, it will draw in more interest. And I think it might do a little bit more, but at this point, I don't think it'll be much of a difference at all because Conor fighting either of these guys is a massive fight. Your issue is everybody else without Conor. How do they proceed? Because Khabib Nurmagomedov now can sell pay-per-view without Conor McGregor. But is there anyone else at 155 that does numbers without Conor?
Yeah, Poirier.
That's where you got to figure it out.
Doesn't sell the same, obviously, as Poirier McGregor.
But if Dustin fights Conor again,
gigantic.
He wins that 3rd fight. Now is he a legitimate pay-per-view star as the UFC champion?
Okay, let me ask you this one. If you're Dustin Poirier and the UFC says, what do you want to do? What do you say?
Conor McGregor. I'm saying Conor McGregor.
Of course.
Hey, but listen, I'm saying Conor, but I'm saying Conor, and you give me the belt.
Before?
Because I want in on the pay-per-view.
You don't think he'll give him pay-per-view regardless?
I don't know, man.
Come on, he deserves it.
He does. He sure does, but I don't know. I don't know if as a business, if you say, I'm not obligated to give you pay-per-view on something that's going to be massive if I'm not contractually obligated to.
Yeah, but they've done it for people. They did it for Masvidal. They did it for Diaz, who were non-champions.
I know, but you're essentially saying, here you go. They did, they do it at times, but I'm just saying, like, that's so big, bro. It's easy to tell guys that are going to sell 500,000, 600,000, 700,000 pay-per-views. That's a lot still, but we're going to give you pay-per-view and we're not obligated to. But when you know 2 million is going to add another 2.5 million out to the payout, you're not as lenient with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a business, it's a money business. But does Dustin deserve it? Absolutely, he does.